Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me again today. Hope your week is going well. I'm recording this on a Tuesday. I'm not sure when it will come out, and my week has started off really good. I got out Monday, did another run for food, and like I say, when I'm doing these food runs, it's not necessarily like now that I know I can get there fairly easily, I don't wait until I'm out and I kind of go back and fill in. So there's a lot of overlap, but got a ton of bananas, of course, got a ton of greens, of course, and have been happily surprised that there's been mangoes in my little market. Well, the store where I go to, it's not a little market, it's a chain store. It's just been the most convenient for me to get to. I may venture out and go to the actual market this weekend. Hopefully I might even get to the farmer's market. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to go to the nice organic market, Feria Verde, again in San Jose, when Melissa from Melissa's Raw Food Romance is down here for 10 days. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to preparing some food, sharing some meals with her. I'm not going to put her to work, but I'm sure hoping she's going to make a few of those nice recipes that you always see on her videos and in her books. Anyhow, just thought I would talk a little bit about processed food again today. I've mentioned it in videos and I've done videos on the processed food, and I get questions from time to time just like to expound on that a little bit. What do I mean by processed food? And just a little bit more in depth with it. Like I say, I've done a number of videos on it, but I go back and do videos on the same subject just because I figured not everybody's going to go back through all the videos I've done and watch them. And also too, I try to update and I try to throw things in as I find them relevant and I'm learning new things. Now, once again, when I'm talking about the processed foods, because I've watched a lot of videos on processed foods too, and I'll read the comments and I see discussions in places, and people got to always go to the extreme when somebody's talking about you should be avoiding, you should be cutting out these processed foods. People have to go to the extreme version of that, and they hear the message as being all processed bad all the time, get it all out of your diet, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. You got to be realistic, and there's going to be things that you're going to eat that probably don't serve you all the time, and there's going to be some things that other people don't think serve you, but that's your choice to make. Basically, when I'm talking about processed food, I'm talking about the really overly processed food. That food that's got a shitstorm of chemicals and additives and all kind of salt, all kind of good stuff like that. So I'm not talking about. There's a lot, like sometimes people are going, well, what about the food dehydrator? Well, a lot of the foods we're eating, if you want to go by the strict definition of, yes, there's going to be some processed foods in there. But like I say, what I'm talking about on the processed foods, you know what we're talking about. When you get that package and you look at the ingredients and there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 things a lot of times that you don't even know what they are. You can't pronounce them. There's some sort of a 8-syllable scientific kind of term. Well, these are a lot of little nasty chemicals and additives and flavorings that they're putting in your food. Another thing too that they slip in a lot of the processed food is added sugar, not the kind of sugar we like, and the refined grains. Now, I don't know that much about the grains. I don't really eat the grains. I eat some grains when I'm in the States. I guess I eat quinoa, that's a grain. And corn technically is a grain. I eat that, but so I'm not one of those. I don't get into the grain thing. I'm not going to ever get into some sort of long discussion on grains, yes or no. But all I'm saying here is, like, do your research and try to stay away from the refined grains if you eat grains, and look for whole grains. But yeah, they like to slip those refined grains and sugar into products. Oh, I know what I was going to say. One of the biggest things I've read on a lot of different readings I've done on processed food, packaged products, what have you, is trying to keep if you try to keep the ingredients to about 5 ingredients or less, you're generally doing okay. But when you start getting, up into 8, 10, even like 8, like a lot of times, and use your common sense, because I have seen some packaged food out there that does have more than 5 ingredients, but they are, sometimes then you're getting in towards healthier ingredients. I guess what I'm saying is like evaluate your ingredients. It's not a hard, fast rule, always 5, but you know, try to keep it around 5 ingredients or less, and evaluate your ingredients. Evaluate all your ingredients, even if it is 5 or less. Because the bottom line is, well, you know, it's always, you hear people like about the raw versus not raw, this versus that. It's always about trying to get to eating more and more and more and more whole foods, whole plant-based foods, fruits and vegetables. You know, and then like I say, if you really want to split the hairs on processing, I mean, maybe that could technically can be considered processing when we're blending them, when we're freezing them, whatever. But you get what I'm saying here. Like I say, I don't like to speak in craziness or in extremes or like in radical stuff. I'm just saying, you know, you work with the best you can do. But as you're transitioning, and people always, like I say, worry, especially the raw vegan community, worry so much on how raw they are. And that's okay. If you're striving to be fully raw, I don't ever want to make any of my comments to dissuade you from doing that. But always keep the health number one. Keep the health number one. Your goal should be health before it should be how raw can I get. So as you're progressing down your path, you're transitioning, whether you're transitioning off the animal products or you're transitioning from the cooked vegan, high carb vegan into raw. Always remember that the processed food is not good, and the kind of processed food that I'm talking about in general. Like I say, not all processed food, but the processed food is not good for you. And one thing the title of this video, I got thinking about it. I watch people, I see photos all the time online, and I don't care. I'm a skeptic, I'm a cynic, and I'm not going to, you know, call anybody out, or I'm not even going to make comments. I'm just observing in my head, so I have every right to do that. And I know without a doubt, I can see that processed food in people's faces. I see the people out there that they're struggling. They don't know why they're not, you know, getting the results they want to. Even some of the people that claim to be the highest of the high raw vegan folks, I just see that puffiness. You see those chemicals, especially in those bags under the eyes. Now I get those bags sometime for other reasons. I don't know why. Maybe I need more work on my adrenals, but yeah, but no, I mean, I can see that puffiness in the face. I can see those processed foods in people's faces. And I know when people are telling me stuff and when they're asking me questions, and sometimes if they're asking me a direct question and for an opinion, yeah, I'm going to tell them that I see those processed foods in their face, and they're always kind of clueless to why they're not getting the results that they see other people getting. I mean, I'm going to finish with this. Look at the people, you know, look at the people. If you want a certain type of result, if you want a result X, look to people that are getting result X. And the people that are getting the clearest eyes, the clearest skin, have the most energy, are the most vibrant, that seem to be the most successful on this lifestyle, are the ones that are eating the cleanest. Take out the raw versus cooked, blah, blah, blah. The ones that are eating the cleanest, the ones that are minimizing those processed foods, and that are eating a whole food plant-based diet. It's plain and simple. There's a lot of, like I say, there's a lot of stuff in this world. I think I did a video about not being able to handle the truth. You know, do what you want to do on this health path of your journey, but don't fool yourself. Know what you're doing. It's just like this. I can get a syringe right now and boot some heroin. That heroin's bad for me. It doesn't matter my perception of it. I can sit here and shoot H and say, oh, well, it's this or that or the other. But in reality, H is bad for me. It's, you know, and the same thing with certain things we put into our body, that don't have the social stigma, the food, the bad stuff. You know, don't fool yourself. Never fool yourself. You can lie to the rest of the world. You can bullshit everybody, your parents, your lovers, your husbands and wives, your kids, everybody in the world, anybody outside yourself, but don't ever BS yourself. because you're just shortchanging yourself there. But anyhow, just to kind of got off to a little rambling video on the processed food. But anyhow, hope this was helpful. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope you are having a wonderful week. Peace.